Hello children, I welcome you all once again to our political science class, and today we are going to start with a new chapter entitled Rights in the Indian Constitution. Children, in a previous chapter, that is Constitution Why and How, we had done that Constitution is not only about the composition of various organs of the government and its relations among them, but it is a document that sets limits on powers of the government and ensures a democratic system. The Constitution basically provides fundamental rights to all the citizens of a country. The Part 3 of the Indian Constitution lists the basic fundamental rights and also mentions the limits on these rights. At the end of the chapter, you will be able to understand what are the various fundamental rights listed in the Constitution of India, how these rights are protected, what role the judiciary has played in protecting and interpreting these rights, and what is the difference between the fundamental rights and directive principles of the state policy. Now, our chapter begins with a case study of the construction work for Asian Games that held in 1982. According to the case study, in 1982, during the construction work for Asian Games, the government engaged a few contractors. These contractors employed a large number of very poor construction workers from different parts of the country in order to build the flyovers and the stadium. Now, these workers were kept in very poor working conditions, and they were even paid less than the minimum wages decided by the government. Last year, you remember you have done in your political science the concept of Minimum Wages Act, which states that the minimum amount of salary or wages to be paid to the workers for the kind of work that they are doing in a particular place. Now, when the team of the social scientists came to know about the less wages given to these workers, then a team of social scientists studied their poor condition and petitioned the Supreme Court. They argued that employing a person to work for less than the minimum prescribed wage amounts to begar or forced labor, which is a violation of the fundamental rights against exploitation. The court accepted this plea, that is a request, and directed the government to ensure that thousands of workers get prescribed wages for their work. So here in the first case study, we found that no matter there was a violation of rights provided in the Constitution, but it was challenged in the court. As a result, the workers could get what was due to them in the form of the rightful wages. Now coming to the second case study, it is about a Shan Long, who is a 24-year-old boy and a resident of Chubri village of Moregaon district of Assam. He was arrested on a charge of causing grievous injuries. He was found mentally too unstable to stand trial and was sent as under trial to Lokpriya Gopinath Bardoli Mental Hospital in Tejpur for his treatment. Now, there he was treated successfully, and the doctors wrote twice to the jail authorities, first in 1967 and again in 1996, that he was fit to stand the trial. But no one paid any attention. As a result, he remained in judicial custody. Finally, in 2005 July, he was released. At that time, he was 77 years. Unfortunately, this boy spent 54 years of his fruitful life under the custody, during which his case never came up for hearing. He was freed when a team appointed by the National Human Rights Commission intervened after an inspection of under trials in the state. His entire life was wasted because a proper trial against him never took place. A constitution gives every citizen the right to life and liberty. This means that every citizen must have the right to fair and speedy trial. This case shows what happens when the rights granted by the Constitution are not available in the practice, and that is why it is often quoted for our Indian judiciary that justice delayed is justice denied. So, here in the second case, we found that the boy was not able to get his fundamental right of life. Now, coming to what do we mean by the term Bill of Rights? Actually, it is a list of rights mentioned and protected by the Constitution. A democracy must ensure that individuals have certain rights and that the government will always recognize these rights. The Bill of Rights also prohibits the government from thus acting against the rights of the individuals and ensures a remedy in case there is violation of these rights. And that is why in the 6 fundamental rights that have been provided to all the citizens of India, we have one of the fundamental right entitled the right to constitutional remedies, which means that if in case any of your fundamental rights have been curtailed by any authority, be it governmental or non-governmental, you can use this 6th fundamental right, that is the right to constitutional remedy, and go to the court in order to get back your lost right. Now, basically, our constitution has a lot of articles and as well as amendments. Article 12 to 35 of the Indian Constitution basically display the fundamental rights that have been provided to each and every citizen of the country. But the question here arises, what are the fundamental rights? Now, the fundamental rights are the basic human rights that have been mentioned in the Constitution of India and are guaranteed to all the citizens. They are applied without any kind of discrimination on the basis of race, religion, gender, etc. Significantly, these fundamental rights are enforceable by the court, subject to certain conditions. This means that if in certain cases or in certain condition, court feels that some of our fundamental rights need to be curtailed for some time due to some reasons, might be they could be curtailed, but later on the court again gives back those fundamental rights to the citizens. Now, these rights have been provided to us, but then why do we call them fundamental rights and not simply the rights? Because of the 2 reasons. The first reason is that these rights are enshrined in the Constitution, which guarantees them. This means that this is the basic right given to each and every citizen of India who's born in this particular country, irrespective of any discrimination. And secondly, these are justiciable. That means that in case of violation, a person can approach to the court of law and get back his basic rights, what we call as a fundamental rights. Now, if we see, there are 6 fundamental rights that have been given to each and every citizen of the country. They are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and finally the right to constitutional remedies. Initially, there was one more fundamental right that was a part of the fundamental rights, that is the right to life and property, but after some time it has been removed as it has become the basic need and necessity of every individual. So at present we are having the 6 fundamental rights which we are going to do in detail in our video. Let's start with the first right, that is the right to equality, which is being given to all the citizens according to Articles 14 to 18. Now, Article 14 states that the state, that is the government, shall not deny to any person equality before the law or equal protection of laws within the territory of India. This means that each and every citizen of the country are equal before law without any discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, color, religion, sex, gender, etc. Article 15 states that the state or the government shall not discriminate against any citizen on grounds only of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, or any of them. That means each and every citizen is equal, no one can be discriminated. Article 16 states that there shall be equality of opportunity for all the citizens in matters relating to employment or appointment to any office under the state, that is the government. This means that whosoever person has the caliber to get the post or get the job in the government sector, he or she has a right to get that particular post without again any kind of discrimination. And for this, initially the government or the constitution makers, as we have done it in our previous chapter also, had initiated the policy of reservation to those sectors or those categories of the Indian subcontinent which were not getting the basic rights at the beginning and have already been facing a lot of problems due to discrimination done with them in the society. So, this Article 16 provides us the freedom to get the government jobs under the government sector. Now, Article 17 abolishes untouchability. This is strictly followed in our country. Now, if anyone is found practicing untouchability, then that person is put behind the bars and has also to be penalized or fined. And finally, Article 18 states the abolition of all titles except military and academic. Now, equality before law is Article 14, which treats all the people the same in the eyes of law. This provision states that all the citizens will be treated equally before the law. The law of the country protects everybody equally, and under the same circumstances, the law will treat people in the same manner. This means that if no matter I belong to a very lower ground or maybe a very poor family and I have done a crime, similarly when the same crime has been done by another person who belongs to an upper family or belongs to a rich family, for the same crime both of us will get the similar kind of punishment, because here we are equally punishable by the law because we have done the equal kind of crime. Now, Article 15 states the prohibition of discrimination, according to which no citizen shall on grounds only of race, religion, caste, place of birth, sex, or any of them be subjected to any liability, disability, restriction, or conditions with respect to access to public places, use of tanks, wells, ghats, etc. That means earlier, if you remember in your junior classes, you have studied that how untouchability was being practiced and how these untouchables were not permitted to use the public places, the wells, etc. But according to this Article 15, now no discrimination can be entertained in a country and everybody will be treated equally before law. This article also mentions that special provisions can be made for women, children, as well as the backward classes. Now, Article 16 provides equal employment opportunities in state services for all the citizens. This means that no citizen shall be discriminated against in matters of public employment or appointment on the grounds of race, religion, caste, sex, place of birth, or residence. Exceptions to this can be made for providing special provisions for the backward classes, and that is why we see that in some of the government jobs we have the policy of reservation still being practiced. Now, Article 17, as I've already told you, it abolishes untouchability in any of the form. Any disability arising out of untouchability is considered to be an offense and the person is punishable by the law. Article 18 of the Indian Constitution abolishes all the kinds of titles. This means that the state shall not confer any titles except those which are academic or military titles. Like for example, you must have seen some of those people who are doing the PhD. They are permitted to put a title doctor before their name. Similarly, in military, you must have seen the officers with the title lieutenant, commander, colonel, etc. The article also prohibits citizens of India from accepting any titles from a foreign state. The article also abolishes the titles that were awarded by the British, such as Rai Bahadur, Khan Bahadur, Nawab, etc. Awards like Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, Bharat Ratna, and military honors like Ashok Chakra, Paramveer Chakra, etc. do not belong to this category. That means these titles are still present and are given to the people according to their work that they have done for the society. Besides this, no other title is accepted and Supreme Court has abolished the use of any other titles. So, for today, we are going to end up our class here. I hope these basic concepts, basic rights were clear to all of you. See you in our next video. Till then, take care.